Hey everyone, Pesmori here and welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 2. Sure. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you so please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict too. Okay. Phoenix! Oh. What the fuck? Okay. Maya! How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. Nothing but the Steel Samurai theme for some reason. I hope it's not on guard again. I cursed it on guard again. Leave me alone, bitch. Look, don't call me again anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Sorry. Gumshoe, I'm so sorry. Where are you? Then let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Do you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but no. But we're not gonna give up, Gumshoe. Till the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're gonna do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, they can get Unguard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. Got that? Do whatever it takes to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer? Oh, okay. If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can drag it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe, and sorry. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never buy. Be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world and you have it in abundance. Yep. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. Court is now in session for the trial of Matangard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being, what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? That is to say, if she's really connected to the crime itself. Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard. Gotta focus. But she kinda bad though. And then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing the Nickel Samurai costume. The guilt of those actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying she's guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to the card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes. One creator was killed by a professional assassin. And that person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Mr. Ungard. What a surprising turn of events! I would think it's commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has to say is true. Has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Hello, you again. Now then, witness. Name and occupation, please. Oh, okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what's your relation to the defendant? Well, that's... I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah. Mr. Powers, please. You don't need to put yourself down so much. Sorry. I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. This is correct. Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungar's room. Okay, sure. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Power's testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Ungard is speaking with was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you spell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge in head first, right? The defendant's room. Why'd you go there? Well, I'm his mentor. Like a big brother, sort of. And I wanted to say congrats. Why? You guys can't spell congratulation? Come on. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright! What? You're going to try and trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer! No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Not gonna deny that. Every time? I mean, maybe not every time, but honestly enough to be concerned, yes. I'll let him have that. Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room, and then? Wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Are you sure that was Matt on guard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And? What was the defendant doing, standing in front of his own room? At first? What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish outfit and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. Why? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant together, right? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? No more than a minute or two, I think. So who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You, Maya, and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like sneezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember the incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... You know, I did feel something weird. Oh. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, Your Honor? This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, Matt's not a penny pincher like me. I'm trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. Oops. How much it was? But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. Huh. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little much, I think. A little much? Could you please clarify for the court? But how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious at us. Of us. Huh? The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payments, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of one Corrida. Then the bellboy the witness saw. He's the assassin. Hold your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley the Killer? He's the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I'm certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? Nothing, something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out. Oh? I saw the bellboy again later that night. What? Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. I hope I'm doing things right. This time I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out to that room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... Thank you very much. That's all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it is your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended at around 8, right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that. Then I came back. And that's when I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10? You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. Are you sure it's the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? The victim's room, huh? Yeah. The one with all the pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was one's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next. The bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? The bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You call that a little strange too, right? I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let it slide? Or... There's nothing strange or unusual about being an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with the new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look sus? I can. Very well. The court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. So you're saying that it's sus for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really sus. I mean, when I first saw the bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. And there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Blah blah. Please don't be so quick to judge. But it's kind of a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief. They'd fit in well with Europe, I guess. Well, I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent, like the spy from Team Fortress 2. That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it would be very bad for us. But he really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're gonna have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. How about some ghost tricks? Ghost tricks. Haha. Mr. Powers? Yeah? You're easily influenced by other people's words, huh? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really sus? Well, you're not wrong, but, you know, he's got all those stitches and no bitches. What? So, a baseball has stitches, and so do snitches, I guess. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? This is the worst freaking thing I've ever heard in my life. Well, there's also, I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please look here. This is the crime scene. There's a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Kurita's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would like to look at what's on top of the table on the lower right corner here, anyone can see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy just brought this to Mr. Kurita's room and left the tray in the room, which is why he left empty-handed. But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left the dead body in the room. But can you prove that Mr. Kurita was already dead at the time? Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah? I blame you for leading me down this route. Terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed. Or should I say, empty-handed. I recall you said something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? The bellboy! He was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black leather ones. Like the one bikers and Zack Fair wears. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. He's just a biker, bro. Probably has a, I don't know, a Honda bike or something. I don't know the models. Yeah, I don't have a license, so I have no reason to look at the models. Why didn't you mention that earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Boy, does this bellboy look really sus. Alrighty then, gotta lock in. Can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. He's a biker, bruh. So, a football is made of leather? Are you saying all footballs? This is even worse. Are you saying all footballs are sus because they are made of leather? But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he's just another bellboy. It seems we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yeah, please tell us more. Okay. After leaving one's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door. Just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. And the old guy just left, without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene next to the defendant's room, next went to the defendant's room? Yeah, I kinda saw it all by accident. Some accident? I'd say you'd seen too much. And all because it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be a poor underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers? From the door at the bathroom with my left eye, and a sort of sneaky spy-like. I knew he was spying. Oh, please. Does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. I said hold it. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Okay. I should probably ask him only one question at a time. He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? If I remember what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kinda small. This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was. I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk about another point. Namely, what the bellboy did next. After he gave the person inside the room the thing... Where did the bellboy go after he left Miss Ungar's room? He opened the door to Viola Hall, went in there, and who knows what after that, right? I do. Did you see anything strange, sus, or just out of the ordinary at the time? I saw that one thing. What? You saw something else? There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. He was watching one's door like some sort of stalker. I think we can forget about the alien. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony is just as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, huh? But I'm sure if we press him enough, everything will be clearer. Although that just makes it harder for us, doesn't it? Talk about a lose-lose situation. Okay. So who took this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? And you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. But it was Mr. Ungar's room, correct? So it could have been Mr. Ungard himself, I'd say. And then, what did the bellboy do after that? So after he gave the person inside the room the thing... Oh, when the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As to the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is this all really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember it what it was the bellboy handed off. Let's see, I think it was... no. If you remember, please add it to the testimony. Yes, sir. A statue? Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I'd probably remember, you know. Looks like for this trial to proceed, gonna have to come up with whatever the statue is and show it to him. You're gonna have to trust your instinct on this one and take a chance, Phoenix. Well, Mr. Powers, let's continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that? What was the point of that pregnant pause? I'm sorry, a what pause? Where did the objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling something bad's gonna happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, there's something you saw. Was it this item? Oh hey, that's it. That's a something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. I recall we found this at Matongard's mansion. At the defendant's house? What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelly the killer assassinated one Kurita in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then the bear being found in Matongard's mansion would mean... Goes without saying, Your Honor. Matongard is the killer's client. Order! Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you haven't showed it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. I almost forgot you knew about it too. I think it's clear that there's no need for us to continue this trial. Can't let that happen. Gotta do something. There has to be something overlooked. Your Honor, a minute please. Yes, Mr. Wright? There's still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh? Well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable points would you like to explore further? I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright? This was found at Mr. Ungard's mansion. However, Mr. Ungard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had the chance to go home. Oh! I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It's not possible that it was Mr. Ungard who took this bear to his mansion. Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Whew. Disaster averted. Oh, fuck. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, bitch. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Ungard's mansion. The killer and Ungard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Ungard's mansion as its butler. What a bold move! The bear figurine was brought back to Ungard mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Mr. Ungard had him do so. I assumed because it would be bad had the police found it during investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to... I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Power's testimony. What? There's still another one? There is indeed, Your Honor, and it's quite a questionable point. What are you trying to pull? Well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. There's one thing in Power's testimony that was very unclear, and that's the identity of the person who received the bear. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of... Ah! What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're gonna scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But the arm... It was the Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it! You've gotta be shitting me. Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Order. Order! It looks like you dug your own grave, yet again. How many times is that today? I lost count. So the person who took this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt on guard is the Nickel Samurai. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. Oh shit, I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear, a figurine, was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Massangard. I saw no reason to prolong this trial, therefore I shall now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright? You could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any objections, Mr. Wright? Well, what should I do? I don't know. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. One last trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Number 1, bear figurine. Number 2, found that said figurine was found at the mansion. But it's possible this was all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes. Is this all you have? Let's hear your theory. Your game theory. Thanks for watching. Who do you say is the killer's real client? Sorry, you gotta do it. It has to happen. It has to happen. Adrian Andrews? Yeah. We already know that she tried to frame Matt on guard for the crime. Whew. Nice. I mean, by wearing the spare nickel samurai costume. Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw. That could very well have been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. On Guard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right! Then, finding this figure at Mr. On Guard's mansion. It's a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what's your opinion on this? Can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there's no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. This is to save Maya. To save Maya. For Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is the one fight I can't give up on. Come on, just quote Shadow, okay? Even if the whole world becomes my enemy, I will fight like I always have. Much better. Order. Order! All destructive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor. For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Wright? Phoenix? Fuck. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did especially bring that bear to On Guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon the witness, who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? Quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare his witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you tried to pin the guilt onto Adrian. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! Pearls? Where's Maya? Mia. I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. Maya! A really strong power. Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We barely found something to latch onto. Whew, that's good, pal. What about you? Anything yet? Can you, like, not say that while on guard is right there? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but we don't have any more time. If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I gotta keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is our hope all for naught? A tent! A tent? I could see a circus tent! Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I can see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town anywhere right now? There's only one, pal. The BBC. Maya is somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Draw a circle on the map, about a 300 radius from the main tent. Hurry! And I can see a mailbox under the window, just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? That's a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. Felt like I was in an old office building. Maybe the 3rd floor or so? I heard her, pal. An old office building. Good stuff. Just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. Call you later. So don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia. Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe. Please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just gotta make the trial last a little longer. Court will now reconvene. The killer, The man who murdered the victim handed this to his client. From this, one question arises. Why this item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls upon the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Hello again. Sorry. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you've been called to the witness stand today for a certain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You've seen it before? That's right. It's only natural the witness has. Miss Andrews, please enlighten us of this bear's secrets. Alright. Why? Why does she? Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At the center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, you don't know the order. If you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. So this figurine is a container of sorts? Yes. Looks can be deceiving, huh? This is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Looks like there really was something to that bear after all. A puzzle? That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never be able to guess that this is a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is it? Yes. So you can take it apart. And how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what do you do after you take the puzzle apart? And how do you know about this? I knew it because I was the one who bought it. Huh? This is a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Yeah. Then this is a present from you? That's right. It's a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it'd be perfect for one. To be honest, that sounds pretty dope. So it's a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. So who exactly knows about how to solve the puzzle? Only the 2 of us. One of myself. It's a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are many people with the same bear in this country. But it looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get what's inside. Well, it's a toy. But it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as one never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. Just the two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. On Guard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm gonna get for now. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize there's one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that comes next, and that is, what's inside the box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we're gonna find out next. Witness. Yes? You're the only one who can open this. Please. There is a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's a suicide note. The suicide note? The suicide note left by one Corrida's former manager, Celestin Pax. Seriously? Oh my goodness. I've seen her ass and her bare feet so many times. Like what does her face look like? Oh, this is what it looks like. Yeah, I see that. I see her face less than this, yeah. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, one Corrida himself. It seems Celeste Impax had a very beautiful handwriting, and she's just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she killed herself. Order! Witness, do you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard about it from one. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the notes before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere, because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything's going at Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note's been found, what's the next logical question? What's written on the note? That's right, at least that's what I like to think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake. I'm sorry. but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left to us a record of all the things that happened to her. About being used and thrown away by Ungard, about being engaged to Corrida, and Ungard's role in destroying that, and about how she decided, in her despair, to end it all. And that's all Miss Impacts had to say? Yeah, and that's all she had to say. There's only one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Miss Ungard. Then, what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, one was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! Matt Ungard values, above all else, his refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop the notes from being made public. At all costs. Hey, everyone has a right to an attorney, okay? They can't really choose. What the fuck? There's no room for doubt here. Mr. the Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly was the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note found inside was at the defendant's house. It seems we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Firstly... Oh, I can't read it. Damn it. Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy him more time. Alrighty then. 2 pieces of evidence. The green note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this solution of the situation through one of those 2. The gavel is already in the judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry! Note. Please wait, Your Honor. I think Your Honor believes that Matt Ungard killed in order to obtain this note. Correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. The note was hidden by Mr. Corrida until the night of the murder. If that's the case, I'd say that Matt Ungard could not have known what was written on this note. Oh? I didn't think of it that way. Exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought of it rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what's your opinion? It's just a flash, but I think I did rather well on that one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. Oh yeah, he does. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What's that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. The type of camera commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt Hungard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They went as far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And? The victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life being watched by none other than Matt Hungard. Order! Order! Mr. Wright. Yes? You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities? Kinda? Kinda is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this. Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Matt Hungard's fingerprints were there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. I hope not. It's fairly obvious that Matt Hungard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, oh boy. Phoenix. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What am I going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? No. I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to pulling the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one important thing. What is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he should really investigate. Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? She always did, pal. Alright, I think it's time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What's this piece of evidence that Mia's thinking about? Can I figure out what needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Wright. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. We're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, bitch. Mr. Edgeworth, it's not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Yeah, again, I know, it's a bit much, but still. Hey, isn't that what I just said? Hey, come on. Dead men tell no tales, so the living gotta do it for you. Okay? Yeah? Just think of it like that. So you're telling me I forgot something? You're so close, bitch. But there's something you should really examine about this piece of evidence. This is Miss Ampax's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, the suicide note was found in despair, but despair was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh? So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Ampax or not, that's yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting... Mr. Wright, are you saying the suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin the murder on Mr. Ungard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it in despair? How dare you! Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There's no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, right? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt Ungard. I didn't know such thing! Right. If you're gonna pronounce the suicide note a fake, then show the court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented the scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, bitch. Yeah. That's enough! Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the writing on this suicide note? It's as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again, we have reached a point where the verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry the trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will be able to physically make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the defense and the prosecution further investigate. I think we've reached the end of the line. Well, what is that sound? It's Gumshoe! Yo, Gumshoe! What's with him? And what's with the Psy? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? Yeah, got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. Really am. Don't know what else to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Honda Civic, bitch. No, 2 Honda Civics. Bitch. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the 2 of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Like literally. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you gotta buy us more time. Court is in session. Sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law! Sorry, Your Honor, but... I'm reluctant to do this, but... It appears I have no choice but to suspend the proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is adjourned for the day. Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is it, Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? You can perform the necessary tests on that piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I think we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and then reconvene tomorrow? Yeah, wouldn't it? 30 minutes, please. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. As the prosecution requests, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is gonna help, or if this is gonna hurt. The court will now take its final recess for the day. Right. Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time. Spit it out. Right. Looks like you just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence? I thought you asked, pal. Got the things he left with me right now and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. Classic. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. Really sorry, sir, but I'm gonna put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. Does my hunk of junk car? I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. I'll be there. Wait for me. Alrighty then. Just get here in one piece. The one piece is real. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me, sir. No one. I'm pulling on all the stops and running every right and running every red light. Please don't. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that could be decisive enough to end this. Hey, what's wrong? Gumshoe, answer! No one can stop me. Uh-oh. What the fuck? Sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What is he thinking? He ran every red light, okay? I don't think he was thinking at all. Got to hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone's broken, and he isn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. We can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out where he is at this moment? That's right! There is a way! What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this! Right. Not in the middle of a mock trial here. Guess this won't work, huh? Guess it's up to me. Alright, I'll think of something on my end. Don't get your hopes up too high, but I'll try my best. Okay, I searched on the internet because I really don't want to mess this up. Because I really want a good ending, so, yeah. Oops. No, just wanted the good ending, or the canon ending, or whatever. So, it says, doesn't really matter. So, yeah. Edgeworth, what is it? You don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent, and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears, whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict. Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, Bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what you must do. Well, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Like, zero idea. I am getting the right ending, right? I hope I am. I need it. I can't screw up. Not here, not now. I hope I'm doing the right thing. Okay, enough about personal feelings, okay? I did mention about how normally I don't look up guides, normally. But if it's for a true ending, I will. Okay, so a little bit of history. So for Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5, and I know those games have multiple endings, but you know, I want the true ending, so I searched up ways to get the true ending. And honestly, for Persona 4 Golden, which has my favorite ending of all time, I'm glad I did. A pain in the ass, but boy am I glad. One of the best ever. Oh man. Satisfying, check. Uplifting, check. I think the closest that's ever... I think the only other ending I felt like that was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'm not joking. Amori. Yes, I think I might actually need therapy. Amori. Searched up how to get the true ending. Yeah. Hey, you know, I just wanted to see it. I don't care if the game has like 20 bajillion endings, yeah. Heck, if it has more than one ending, then I want the canon ending. Unless they're both canon, I guess? Anyway, how's the case? I kinda like it, I guess, but I mean, pitting the blame on Miss Andrews is quite mean. Not quite mean, very mean. What the fuck? What did she do to you? Nothing. So why does she have to go through this again? I don't know. Whatever. Poor Adrian. But she a bad bitch though. Like, damn. Shut up, phone. Anyway, not much to say. With that being said, thank you so much for watching my playthrough of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 2. And if you like what you see, stay tuned and stay awesome. Good night.